L1 and L2 development, research indicates that students who display a level of language competency in their L1 first language demonstrate better second language learning capabilities. It is essential to acquire and encourage a student's proficiency in their L1 as it enables the child to build successful linguistic strategies to enhance their L2 skills. This can sometimes be problematic during the first primary years of education, as students are still developing proficiency in their L1. Some students come to school encouraged by guardians or even teachers to abandon their first language in favor of English, so that their development in literacy and other educational facets are being met quickly. There is always fear that a student's L1 will either hinder their literacy development or cause them to fall behind. It is imperative that we are, as teachers, recognize a need to support L1 development as much as L2 development. Then I have a video of the 5 stages of language acquisition. What are the differences between L1 and L2 acquisitions? There's a chart. You can see the overall success, their general failure, the variation, the goals, the fossilization, the intuitions, and the instruction. Then I have a slide about common unjustified L2 teaching assumptions, erroneously claiming to be based on L1 acquisition, which is speech should come before writing in L2's teaching. Language function should start from scratch in L2. L2's classroom interactions should mirror L1, and the L2 should be isolated from the L1. So those are all unjustified and erroneous claims that for EL students. And the stages of second language acquisition. I have a short video of understanding your ESL and bilingual student population. You just click the link on that one. Then on this slide I have a questionnaire that has 7 questions about ESL students. So that's pretty good. It's the child's language system. The child's language is a system in its own right rather than being a small fragment of the adult system. The learning of the first language has many sides and is not simply a matter of learning syntax and vocabulary. The use of first language goes hand in hand with the child's needs and interests. Wherever there is a relationship between cognitive and language development, language depends on cognition. The child's use and learning of language is partly determined by mental capacity. There are particular stages of development through which all children progress, even if the rate of progression varies. And the child learns to adapt its language use to particular situations. So those would all be talking points that I would talk to about during the presentation to the administration and teachers. We kind of go in depth a lot more about those 7 facts, and also about the videos, and discuss them and their importance during the presentation.